What's up, comic fans, and it's time for that new comic book day haul plus reviews. So we're gonna get into some books. We got some 50 centers too. We just got indie books this week. That's the theme, and we got mostly books. I guess mostly books from this week, and a few I've read from the previous 3 weeks. You know, not Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. Just didn't really get a lot of reading done. Holiday season. So we're gonna get into all these books right after this. Welcome back. All right, let's get into the 50 centers. So here we go. We got some 50 centers. These are not all the 50 centers. Let's pull the 50 centers off the top. All right, here we go. We got Scarlet, number 1. We got this. This is Brian, Michael Bendis, and Alex Maleev, 50 center. Yeah, I probably got this. Well, I mean, I know I got it at 50 cent then, and I got it because this is Brian Michael Bendis' Jinx World. All right, he went over to DC and he got a Jinx World. All right, next up we got Wayward. This is issue number 1. Jim Zub on this one. Yeah, I don't know. Cool cover. And I'm not really sure if I held Scarlet up to the camera for you guys. So here's Scarlet. Alright, here we go. We got, that was you know what? This isn't even a indie book. This is a DC book disguised as an indie book. How'd you get in there? Alright, next up we got Malibu Comics. Making me look like a lot. Guys, we got indie books. Here's a book from Alright, anyway. Malibu Comics, Ultra Force. Alright, so I think the reason I got this one was because George Perez did some of the art, but I could be wrong. Yeah, George Perez. I don't know if you guys can see it, but this is right there. So we'll zoom in on that. Maybe you guys can see it. Maybe I'll remember to zoom in on it. Anyway, yeah, George Perez on this. And hey, did the cover. So some George Perez goodness. That's why we picked this up. 50 cents. There's some books that no matter how cheap they are, you just probably don't pick them up unless there's something to it. Unless you're collecting that. Anyway, moving on. From Dark Horse, we got Manor Black, Francisco Cabelli, cover, Cullen Bunn written book. Yeah, it's a number 1. This book, I've taken it out before. I still have no idea what this book is. I think it's from Black Mask. I just keep forgetting the title. It's like 2 names. It's a local comic shop they go to. And I forget that the back is all black, so that doesn't help at all. This is Black Mask Studios, Kim and Kim. I mean, that should be pretty easy to remember. Kim and Kim. And like I said, this is the local comic shop they varied, meaning they probably had some reason to try to push this book. And yeah, I guess maybe it didn't. Maybe it did hit, and I just don't know. But I don't know the book. Oh yeah, and I keep forgetting. This book had the backboard is like waxed all the way around. I'm not used to that. I'm used to them just having the chemicals on one side. So there's like a chemical on your backboard that's supposed to protect it from being eaten away by acids and stuff. And this backboard has it. At least feels like it has it on both sides. And then we have Occupy Comics. This is another Black Mask copy, or another Black Mask comic. All profits will be donated to Occupy-related initiatives. All right, Alan Moore is on the top of this list, by the way. And there are some other big names here: Charlie Adler, J.M. DeMatteis, Ben Temple-Smith, so Art Spiegelman. So there you go. Black Mask. I feel like Black Mask is always involved in some kind of social, social charity. There we go. All right, guys. Now let's move on to the books from this week and a couple of weeks. Here's some books that I read that aren't from this week, and then we'll get into this week's books. Let's make sure we separate them. Void Rivals hit a milestone with issue number 25, which starts off the Quintesson War. Alright, so when we leave this book, two sides, the two warring factions are still recovering, still licking their wounds. They think they've been lied to. They're not quite sure what's happening. And now they're about to face a war. Alright, Ultimate Wolverine number 13, alright. Wolverine has extracted his revenge, and now, he's got Phoenix, Jean Grey with him, trying to figure out how to save her, and now he's also got to figure out how to save himself. We're gonna get the start of the ultimate endgame in that one. Absolute Superman number 14. This was the end of the arc, pretty much the end of the first arc of a Superman story. He's taking it to Ra's al Ghul right there, and as you can imagine, he wins. But you have to read the comic book to find out how. And yes, that is a kryptonite sword. And then last but not least of the books we read from previous weeks is the first meeting between Batman and Wonder Woman. This is Absolute Wonder Woman number 15. All the Absolute books seem to be blown up, primarily because of Absolute Batman, but Absolute Wonder Woman getting some love, especially after that issue. Issue number 1 also going up in price. So, alright, let's get into the books from this week. Not too many. We got Venom number 253. I didn't read 254, by the way. 252, by the way, but in 252, right, Venom's in that all new costume, so... Actually, I may have read 252, so just jump right into 253. Return to Hellgate in Amazing Spider-Man number 19. Alright, Spidey's on his way back to Earth. He's on the way to a portal, a wormhole, Space Gate, I forget what they call it, Stargate. And he bumps into Hellgate. They have a little battle. He tries to talk some sense into Hellgate. Hellgate ain't listening. But Spidey's on his way back home. Green Lantern number 10. Gotta catch up on this one. What I will say about the Green Lantern series is it's pretty good. We get introduced to a couple of different types of lanterns, right? So you got the black lanterns, and you got the yellow and the red. So kind of figuring out what means what. And here you go. We got Absolute Superman number 15. A new story starts here, so we get the next arc in Absolute Superman's world, if you will. Alright, we get a new character in this one, a new villain, I guess. Seems like they're a villain. We get the Ojo in Batman number 5 by Matt Fraction, Jorge Jimenez. Fun issue. I will say this is a fun issue. I don't even think the Batman suit comes on, and there's a little spoiler at the end. So read that. Go ahead, check it out. And then this is probably the biggest book from this week. We got Absolute Batman Arkham number 1. With the first, I guess you'd call it first full appearance, though it feels like a cameo, but they talk of Slade Wilson in here. And then cover B, I believe, has the Lady Mad Hatter, the Mad Hatter. So that seemed to be a big seller, was cover B. But all right, comic fans, that was the new comic book day haul, plus a very tiny, small review of the books. Hopefully I didn't spoil too much for you. If you like the content, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, go ahead and throw me a thumbs up and comment down below. Do what you do, I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna get ready for this next week's books. So that's this week and next week. I put it together. This next week. All right, guys. Have a great evening. Peace. Deuces. We're out. Chink. So first off, we have Frontiersman #1 by Patrick McKinnon. Patrick Kindon. We have The White Trees. Let's start this all over.